this is the big question on everyone's mind, even though in a lot of ways this was a defense game. Niners
Yeah.
scored 30 points, and Brock Purdy was extremely efficient
Mm-hmm.
coming off this elbow surgery, coming off
Yeah.
this training camp where he threw a bunch of picks and people were kind of nervous about what he would look like. Well, he was really, 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 really good looking. He was really good,
Mm-hmm.
ridiculously good looking. Is he a top 10 quarterback?
Top 10. Before the season, I said he's 15. That's where I had him. Maybe 20 in the worst case scenario, but I said 15 to 20. I think I said 15 a few times. Top 10 is tough. There's a lot of things he does that is top 10. His arm strength is not top 10. It's bottom 10. But everything else is, I
His
think,
confidence,
his confidence, the way he
his leadership,
leads, his timing, his accuracy, like the way he scans the field, the way he sees the field. In Kyle
his
Shanahan's
elusiveness.
offense, his elusiveness, it's all really good. I think he's close. I don't know if I'd say in the top 10, but he's close. I got to see a little bit more. But in this offense, he could look like top 10 for sure. His numbers will probably be maybe not yards, total yards, because they're not going to pass a lot, but efficiency, I would say, yeah, he's right there.
I'm gonna say he may have that potential. I'm not gonna write him off for that because he is good, but I still don't think he's proven it yet. Like I don't think you prove it after 8 starts, and I do think you got to factor in the fact that he's on a really, really, really good team. Like I couldn't help but think, what would happen to this game yesterday if Purdy were on the Steelers and Pickett were on the 49ers? And what I thought is that the Niners would win. Now I still think Purdy is definitely better than Pickett. Better scrambler, more decisive, reads just better. But I think if you put Purdy on the Steelers behind that offensive line and told him go up against the Niners defense, he'd have a tough time. And
Yeah.
I think if you put Purdy out here with Christian McCaffrey and Ayuk and Debo and Kittle, he would put up really good numbers.
Yeah.
So I think it's important to remember that. And I think with Purdy, he needs to do this over the whole season. And he can have down games, but can you stay healthy? Can
Yeah.
you stay healthy? Because Jimmy couldn't, and that's why he's not here anymore, essentially. I know Purdy looks like he's a little bit better than Jimmy, or maybe significantly better than Jimmy was. The mobility is different. But Jimmy essentially got run out of town because he wasn't durable enough. He still has to answer that question, Brock Purdy.
Yeah, as far as health is concerned, it is a concern. He did get hit, at least three times, pretty hard from T.J. Watt. And TJ punched out the ball, and it's tough. I mean, like I don't really knock Purdy for those fumbles very much because TJ Watt coming slapping that ball out from the back is tough. He's definitely better than Pickett. That much I'm convinced of now after seeing both of these guys. But it is hard comparing quarterbacks because you have to place them on the same team, and that's all in your head, right? You can't unless we could actually see it play out.
Yeah.
It's tough. Like as you rank them overall as a quarterback, like you can say that Brock Purdy's going to have better numbers for sure. He's going to than a lot of quarterbacks in the NFL. But if you took some of those quarterbacks and put them on the Niners, what would their numbers look like? So it's a very hard game to play. I think Brock Purdy might finish in the top 10 in efficiency this year. I think that's definitely possible. Is he a top 10 quarterback? I don't know because I feel like a lot of those top 10 quarterbacks have elite arm talent, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, Brock is elite at a lot of things. Arm strength is not one of those. So it's hard for me because those your top 10 quarterbacks have everything. They have the arm talent. They have everything that Brock has.
Yeah,
too.
they do.
So I don't know.
Brock has one weakness. And it's like his best throws of the game was like the 20-yard touchdown throw to Ayuk. Like that was a 20-yard back shoulder fade. Really nice throw.
Really
But
nice.
like NFL quarterbacks make that throw all the time. And then the other one where he like spun away from pressure, rolled left, stop, and hit Debo, like that was a 13-yard throw. Like I'm not saying every quarterback can make that play, but there's a lot of things Purdy does really well that other quarterbacks don't. But once the ball leaves his hands, it's not going that far.
Yeah.
And it's not traveling that fast. But a lot of times it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't.
It doesn't. On this
team,
won't matter against the Rams next week. It probably won't matter against the Giants.
No, on this team and in this offense, it does. So people think that this is somehow a, retribution or a mark against me and what I've said about Brock Purdy. My what I've always said about Brock Purdy is that I like pretty much everything about him except his arm strength, his size slash durability, and his ability to step up in the pocket. I think he did that better. I think he stepped up in the pocket better this year, which was great to see. He looks better this year than he does before. He looks more comfortable. I felt like he missed an opportunity to step up in the pocket on one of those sacks that he gave up. So I'd like to see him improve a little bit there. As far as his size, that's not going to change. As far as his arm strength, I don't think that's ever going to change. He doesn't have elite arm talent. That's just a fact. People get mad at me about that, but I'm just telling you guys the truth. He doesn't have elite arm strength. He just does not. But what he does have is everything else that makes him really, really good. And especially in this offense, he runs this offense perfectly for Kyle Shanahan. Now, is it enough to win the Super Bowl? That's yet to be determined. But I think with this team overall, if all three facets play together like they did yesterday, I think this team could win a Super Bowl with Brock Purdy. But they all got to play together. It's a team thing here. You're not necessarily going to throw the team on Brock Purdy's back, I don't think.
Here's one thing I've noticed with Brock that I don't know if it's a concern, but I'm interested. He's so confident, bordering on like arrogant when he plays, which is you wouldn't expect from Mr. Irrelevant. But like he holds the ball a long time. If it's not open, he has no problem holding it, scrambling left, scrambling right. I mean, like he almost is like, and one mixtape on you, like trying to show you up.
Yeah.
And it's cool. But he's also, when he gets hit, the ball came out twice yesterday. And I feel like he's hunting big plays, not downfield, but sometimes he forces throws into coverage that he doesn't have the arm to make. Like he has a drop pick, it feels like, in every game. And I feel like maybe that's luck, maybe that's who he is, but he's only played 8 games. You keep doing that, I don't think you can really live that way. I feel like he needs to get the ball out of his hands a little quicker sometimes and stop thinking he can make all these plays. I mean, he's going to get hurt if he plays like that consistently.
It is a concern. I do like what I saw from Brock Purdy.
I like his confidence, though.
I love his confidence. I feel like you have to have that. That was one of my main knocks on Trey Lance. Like the worst thing about Trey Lance to me was he just didn't have that. He didn't seem like that dog. No. Like he's got to get that if he ever wants to be good. But Brock Purdy has that naturally, and that's one of the things I really like about Brock Purdy, man. I feel like if all three facets of this team play well like they did up to their potential, I think Brock Purdy could be good enough to win a Super Bowl for the 49ers. Regardless of arm strength. I think if I did get anything wrong about Brock Purdy, it wasn't his arm strength, but it was about how important that was for the success on this team. I think the 49ers can beat a lot of teams regardless of whether Brock Purdy's going downfield or not. So I'm excited about this season. Seeing Brock, it's honestly really remarkable what Brock Purdy has done. Like he's won every game that he start and finish with the 49ers. And it's over 2 seasons, right? He did it last season, hurt his UCL, recovered faster than anybody anticipated, at least me. Then he starts week 1 on the road in Pittsburgh and does the same thing he did last year. And not only does it look the same, I think he looks better. Like he understands the offense more. He's more comfortable, more in command. So it's exciting for 49er fans, I think.
Yeah. Still, his job this year is to stay healthy and not turn the ball over.
Yeah.
I mean, it's nice that you're, styling out there and you have potential and you're young, but it's the number one defense. It's the number one run, not the number one run game. It's a really good run game. And it's like, it's Sam Darnold behind you. So you need to play all the games. You need to be healthy in February, February, and your arm needs to get stronger, not weaker as the season goes on. So I'm not saying he can't do it, but like, that's the thing. And if he's the real deal, he'll do that. It's not just blowing out Pittsburgh week 1. It's staying healthy the whole year, being out there in the playoffs, making it through the playoffs, and not turning the ball over. And I feel like he's got a little bit of a Jimmy in him, and like he doesn't have a conscience out there. Like he really thinks he can fit every little throw out there. He can hold the ball a long time, make plays, and he does 9 times out of 10.
He just needs to, just like Kyle Shanahan needs to make it a priority to protect him. He needs to make it a priority for himself to protect himself. I mean, look at Tom Brady's career. He played for a long time and he had success for a long time. And one of the main reasons is because he would get rid of the ball if he was in danger. He'd throw it away. He'd hit the ground, whatever he needed to do, because the most important thing is the health of your starting quarterback. Brock Purdy's got to realize this. Kyle Shanahan's got to realize this. They got to reiterate it. It's got to become a priority for the 49ers. Yeah, because if he goes down, to me, I don't. Maybe maybe I'm wrong about Sam Darnold too, but I just don't believe in Sam Darnold. I need Brock Purdy to play out every single game.
Yeah, like I don't know if Brock Purdy's good enough to win a Super Bowl. It seems like on this team, a lot of quarterbacks might be good enough to win a Super Bowl. I don't think Sam Darnold's one of them.
Yeah.
Brock Purdy might be one of them. So he needs to be out there forever.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm being too harsh on Darnold. I just don't think that even with this team, Darnold could win a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I don't think Kenny Pickett could either.
One thing that's great about Brock too, he's fun to watch. He's exciting to watch. I haven't felt that way. And the other thing with Jimmy, I used to be like,
he's fun to watch.
Like with Jimmy, if the first read wasn't open, I'm like, I'm getting nervous. What's this dude gonna do? With Brock, it's like, hey, what's this dude gonna do now? You know, it's
right.
more. It's better. It's a more enjoyable fan experience.